scared, or heartbroken you feel, Cal Hope is here for you and all those affected by the devastating wildfires. Find free, safe, and confidential mental health support at calhope.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
LeBron provided another example why many people consider him the GOAT, not Michael Jordan. LeBron dropped 40 points Thursday night in the Lakers' 110-102 win at Portland. LeBron is the only player in NBA history with multiple 40-point games after turning 40. Jordan did it once. This is the second time LeBron has reached this impressive milestone after his 40th birthday on December 30th. He had 42 against Golden State on February 6th. The most important stat in this remarkable achievement is that the Lakers are 2-0 when LeBron has 40 or more. LeBron needs to work on his ball handling. He had a career-high 11 turnovers last night. The Lakers are at Denver Saturday. The Clippers had a 13-point lead at Milwaukee with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter but couldn't hold it. They lost 116-110. Another good game for Kawhi Leonard, 25 points in 32 minutes. The Clippers are at Indiana Sunday. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
They can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips, now I am a revolutionary.
On Saturday, February 22nd, you are invited to A Night with the Panthers, a special fundraiser dedicated to supporting Black Panther veterans who now require assistance with essential needs such as medicine, food, and housing. These Black Panther veterans championed human rights, fed the hungry, educated the community, and stood as powerful symbols of resistance and resilience. Despite their incredible sacrifices, loving and serving the people did not come with retirement plans or financial security. So, now it's our time to honor their legacy and ensure that they are cared for with the dignity they deserve. You can help by attending and supporting A Night with the Panthers, Saturday, February 22nd, 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Project 43 Team Post Center, 6841 Crenshaw Boulevard, Los Angeles. For more information, contact Black Panther Party Breakfast at gmail.com or call 707-554-2784. That's Black Panther Party Breakfast at gmail.com or call 707-554-2784. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Hi. What? Look. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Aye. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Pickable, I just put them bookers in my chain. Pickable, 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Pickable, 7.62s, I make them plain. Pickable, popping out, you better not smell my name. Pickable, put 2 foreigns on the 405. Pickable, Kashi Pepper here from doing pasta. Pickable, why you acting tough on IG Live? Pickable, you know my little off they rocker. Pickable, surprise. This that
KBLA Talk 1580. Peekaboo. AlyciaCooper's here. Peekaboo. She's a comedian, actress, singer, dancer. DGA Emmy nominated director, born with the mic in her hand. She says it was a medical miracle and a sign that her mother either had an iron deficiency or desperately wanted her to be a performer. I'm sure you remember her from our time together on Fox Soul, but she tours the country doing stand-up and doing film festivals for her movies that she directs and oftentimes writes. AlyciaCooper, welcome back.
Hello, peekaboo. Good morning, Dominique. How are you?
I'm blessed. Yeah, you know, it's something just told me that's the song for AlyciaCooper. Up on Trump, right, left, center, on Instagram, on TikTok, peekaboo.
Yes, one thing about him, there's never a loss for material.
Yeah.
You know, he overwhelms you with it. The chaos is always prevalent with Donald Trump, so there's never a dull moment.
You know, it's crazy because as a talk radio host and a community organizer, I find that it's hard when he's president because what he's doing is so crazy that it's difficult to parody it or use an extreme example to help people understand what's going on because his extreme policy is so far over the top for me. But you don't seem to have that problem at all.
You know, for entertainers that do what we do, Les Moonves said it best. Donald Trump is bad for the country, but he's good for CBS. He's definitely good for comedians because, I mean, the stuff writes itself. Like, it's tragic, but comedy is rooted in tragedy. So, you know, I had to try to redirect my thoughts on him because it was just driving me crazy. Like, after Kamala lost, I was so mentally screwed up. I actually sat down on a public toilet seat. I was that messed up. And I had to redirect my thoughts just to get it together. And I said, you know what? You have 4 years minimum of material. You know, and then comes this Elon Musk, and he's using his son as a human shield. And, I mean, it is just bizarre. This has to be a series. It has to be a series because you can't create characters like this. These people defy anything a writer could come up with.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the stuff that I see you doing everywhere, just breaking stuff down. Now, of course, you heard our conversation about, or part of it. I know you were on hold for part of it, talking about reparations. We had that fail in the state of California with CLBC blocking its own bills, and now they're back with a spate of reparations or allegedly reparations legislation. And so I'm just bringing it up because I'm sure some folks will probably want to call in and talk about that as well. Do you have a position you're a comic, but you're also political mind. Do you have a position or a thought about reparations?
Absolutely. I don't know why we haven't gotten it prior to now. And I was thinking the other day, is there any way we can do a class action lawsuit as the African American community or the black community against our own government? Because everybody else got reparations that were due to them except us. You know, so I'm like, why can't we do a class action suit? Because this has gone on for far too long, and until we rectify this, we will never be on one accord.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now they're trying the legislative route because the courts have in the past shut us down. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen again, though. I think right now, because everybody's on this anti-black, anti-DEI, anti-equity inclusion, anti-anything. It could be difficult in the courts, but I think that's one of the reasons why Assemblymember Isaac Bryan put forth the priority for descendants of enslaved people in America in college admissions for California is partly to test this idea of us being a specific class outside of race, and that lineage is not a proxy for race. In fact, we are a specific group that was harmed. So I think that's one of the reasons why he did that. But we shall see. Let's go to Reggie calling us from Riverside. Good morning, Reggie.
Hey, Queen Dominique, how you doing?
I'm blessed. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. Good show with Chris this morning.
Thank you.
I'm a real supporter of CJAC. Actually, I was there on August 31st, January 7th. January 7th. And all the pop-ups that they were doing. Corey Jackson called police on us. We was just boycotting and just letting everybody know that they blocked our bills. And that still sit deep in us right now, Dominique. It was just like we was betrayed. And for you to sit there and say that we're attacking them, all we doing is exposing what they did. They turned their back on us.
Well, look, just to be clear, Reggie, I don't have a problem with people protesting. What I'm talking about is what I think is an ineffective strategy of supporting Republicans and name calling. I try not even to name call Trump, although occasionally I slip and do it anyway. I want to attack the policy, not the people. That's all I was saying.
the policy. That's what we're doing. I mean, it's not the person. If they represent COBC, and they all of them. Okay, when I put in the chat earlier about Bill Asaley. Bill Asaley was totally blocked by Isaac Bryant, and it went viral.
Bill Asaley had already been sanctioned by the chair. He could not have brought up a bill if it was to save his mama's life. He was over there stunting. Assemblymember Isaac Bryant got mad and fell for the banana in the tailpipe, and how it looked on video went viral, so everybody believes a story that isn't the true story. Asaley was saying he was going to do something that he didn't have the power to do because he had already been shut down by Assemblymember Wilson, who was the chair at that time.
Okay, Dominique, you cut me off. Can I please finish? Let me land my plane.
This is kitchen table conversation. You can cut me off too. It goes both ways. It's all good.
Okay, well, I want to cut you off. It's communication skills. But check this out. At the end of the day, what did the COBC do? Not one of them. What did all the Democrats do? Not one of them put our bills on the floor. Last year, the SB 1403 was the most powerful one.
Right. So where are you with the bills that came out yesterday?
Oh, trash. Only one I like is SB 1515, and that's our bill. That's CJ's bill. But
so
the rest of
you don't like the 518 to start a bureau?
No.
Isn't that what we asked for?
Well, check this out. First of all, it's disrespect because they took the Freeman language, the Freeman out there.
I got you.
Let me ask you this. If let's say, just say if the Republicans push the Freeman and to legislation, support reparations legislation for Freeman, and if it came from a Republican, would you support them there?
I'd have to read the bill. If the bill was solid, I would support that bill. Would I support Republicans? No, because they're consistently anti-black. I would support that bill. I believe in uniting with people that are putting forth our policy agenda regardless of who they are. Yes, I do, Reggie. Do you want to say anything or ask anything or tell anything to comedian AlyciaCooper, who's on with us this morning?
I really don't know her. I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay, so what do you see as next steps, Reggie?
Oh, we have to keep doing what we're doing. We have to go down to the Capitol. We have to keep reading what they're trying to put, and we have to, let them know what we want. Not what we want, but what we need.
Did you hear?
And the DI, they got to keep the DI language out. This is about us and only us.
Did you hear what Chris Lodson just said, that if this Freedmen Bureau, which they're calling something else, advances, that the name could be changed at some point in the process of standing it up? So I don't know. I feel like that might be throwing out the baby with the bathwater, Bureau of Descendants of American Slavery. But certainly I'm happy to see the CLBC doing something. I think we would have been more upset if they did nothing.
We would, at 9 p.m. 2 days ago, we were so happy that they at least gave us a start on something. So we just got to work with them. So, it is what it is. But we're not Democrat or Republican. Just understand that, Dominique. I know that you're a diehard Democrat.
No, I'm a progressive, my dear. I have been a member of the Democratic Party. I'm the progressive wing of the Democratic Party, however. And I am policy over party all day long. But when I look at the track record of Republicans ever since, they bumped off Lincoln, it ain't good when it comes to black people. So history informs me. I'm not just a stand for a party. I'm a stand for my people.
Yeah, well, 160 years, we ain't got it from nobody. So I'll land my plane on that one, Queen.
All right, Reggie. I'm glad you picked up the phone. Thank you for calling. That's a good thing. Any response to me and Reggie going back and forth? Alycia, I know you got something. I know you got something.
Yeah, I mean, all great points made. All great points made on both sides, and I'm just, I want them to just cut the check. Like kicking this can down the road is offensive. It's been going on for far too long. Cut the check, and they killed me when they said you have to prove that you're a descendant of slaves. My last name is Cooper. That's all the proof you need.
Well, and more than likely, I mean, we do. Most of us have receipts, right? If you don't have receipts, those are the folks I worry about. I worry about the homeless people. I worry about people who are descendants of maroon communities. I worry, people that escaped slavery and changed their name so they wouldn't get caught. Those are the folks I worry about. But most of us got receipts.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's long overdue. Cut the check.
Jerry Anderson makes a great argument in the chat. She says, we're not making the right arguments. Granting reparations can be the justification to end DEI. Make that argument. Want to end DEI, do reparations. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm almost certain that the Republican Party is going to try to lump reparations in with DEI, because certainly equity is part of reparations. It might not be inclusion or diversity, but I'm pretty certain anything black is now considered DEI, a.k.a. NIGGER. AlyciaCooper is my guest, and you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I like a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, we're talking with AlyciaCooper. She's a comic, but she's also a political analyst. Your comedy is incisive and biting when it comes to politics. And, of course, she's a filmmaker. I somehow I read your bio all the time, but I just didn't know you were a singer somehow, even though I've probably said it a million times.
Yeah, I don't even know how that got in there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm a singer in the shower. I don't think you want to hear me sing anywhere else.
Okay, I won't ask you to sing us a tune then. What do you make of? You were talking about Elon Musk, right? And, of course, he's the richest man in the world. And as one of my friends would say, the most divorced man in the world, sort of a big grown-up incel, but who became rich and got the hot girls. But, one of the things, of course, the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, I call it the Department of Grifters for Elon, they're cutting things right and left, and with it apparently not much analysis or study. One of the things they've done is gotten rid of a bunch of air traffic controllers and folks inside the Federal Aviation Administration who apparently Elon Musk had beef with. Now it seems like planes are dropping out of the sky And maybe I'm being an alarmist, but what do you make of some of these cuts in the work of Doge under the leadership of not leader Elon Musk?
Yeah, it's pretty scary, especially as someone who flies all the time, to realize that something is going. And see, I don't trust them at all. Every accusation is a confession, and when you look at their old tweets, it's pretty eerie. Like he had a tweet about DEI won't be stopped until planes fall out of the sky. Something crazy he said, because he says DEI is DIE, and I'm sorry, when I start hearing stuff like that, we know what they do. Remember that they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs.
Yes,
and
I
when
do.
they asked J.D. Vance about that, he said, it doesn't have to be true. We're bringing attention to an issue. So he basically admitted that he made that whole thing up in order to bring attention to illegal immigration. And it didn't matter how many people died, got killed, were, terrorized in the process. They had a bigger agenda. And he basically had said the quiet part out loud. And that's what I'm thinking is happening with these planes. They don't care how many lives have to be lost as long as they can bring attention to this phantom DEI thing that's supposed to be stopping white men from getting stuff when they still are the majority of everything.
Right, and when it comes to pilots, I believe they're like 91% of pilots are white men. White men.
Yeah, it's a very high number. So I'm like, when did you guys become discriminated against? But everything they do is a ruse for people who don't read and research.
Yeah.
It sounds good. This man, Elon Musk, gets billions of dollars in government subsidies, but wants to complain about government bloat. The bloat is in your favor.
Yeah.
And why should this man be in people's Social Security numbers and private business with his little band of racist incels going through people's accounts? It makes no sense to me.
It's actually quite scary, especially, you had that one young person who was in Doge who had the codes to get into the Treasury and people's personal information, who then was called out for having posted sort of white supremacist lies on social media. He was fired and then rehired after the vice president intervened. Like, no, we want the little Nazi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the little Nazi and I feel like the vice president, the worse you talk about Indians, the more he loves you. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that guy was talking smack about Indians. Why? Yeah, and yet the second lady.
Is
Indian. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, these people do anything for power. Not only do they do anything for power, they never leave. They want to be in the job at 99 and 100 years old. They want to die at the daggone job. The whole system needs to be revamped, but not by these clowns.
So, what did you make of? I have my own theory. Folks have already heard it, but what did you make of little X, Elon's child, telling Trump to shut up, and that
Well, we know how little kids are. They repeat what they hear and what they see. And when he says something about we're going to take over the country and all this stuff, he's listening to the private meetings of Elon and Trump, and he's parroting the words back, the exact words. And he's either hearing somebody say "shut your mouth up" to him, or he's heard them say it to others. Because that's all kids do is parrot what they hear. He's too young to have these thoughts on his own.
What did he say? At SpaceX, we quietly do whatever we want. Bwah, ha, 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 ha. He even has a supervillain laugh, which is kind of wild for a little kid. I think he's like 4 or something.
Yeah, so he has the supervillain everything, the whole persona. And he's if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, just let him talk.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they say out of the mouths of babes. So it's even hard to know where to start. Do you think our government has been overthrown? I mean, I know that allegedly this man was elected. So if we accept that, despite the voter suppression, despite the fact that the tech bros of the bro oligarchies are in a better position to hack the election than anyone else, despite the fact that it's very mysterious that Kamala Harris would lose so many states where Dems won the rest of the ticket. But if you just accept it, but even if you accept him winning as a candidate, changing the total system of government where they take away the power of the purse from Congress, right, where they're saying, no, we know you approved this money for USAID to feed people and stop HIV worldwide, but we don't want to spend that money. So they're usurping the power of the purse. They're saying that they don't have to listen to the judges, which is usurping the power of the judicial branch, which was supposed to be a co-equal branch of government. Is that a coup? Is it like a paperwork coup where you take over, you don't come in with guns and a military revolt, but you just change the system of government? Or is this just another administration doing what administrations do, which is bending the democracy, the republic, to their will and their agenda?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more of a coup because a lot of people don't believe that this was a free and fair election. The thing that tipped me off and made me suspicious was this man has never won the popular vote.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. I was like, there's something fishy here in a few different ways, but that was the one that stuck out to me the most. And I don't know what they did, but I believe something was done. And when he kept saying, you'll never have to vote again, I'm like, what does that mean exactly? They know something that we don't know, and it's going to come out in the wash eventually. There's no way this man won the popular vote. And most people are saying we didn't vote for him. I don't know what happened. I would like them to change the system where, how we send in our votes. If we send it in by mail, they give us you'll get a confirmation text that they received it. Mm-hmm. I would like to get a confirmation of what exactly they received. Show me what I voted for, because I remember in the 80s going in to buy a ticket for Do the Right Thing and getting a ticket for Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
And not realizing what they had just done. You know what I'm saying? So for all we know, our votes were changed. I don't trust any of it.
I don't trust it either, Alycia, but I don't want to be them, right? So if I don't have evidence, I mean, Trump did say, Elon went in and he knows how those vote machines work and he did a great job in Pennsylvania. It sounded like him telling on himself. But until I have actual evidence, I just hesitate. I'm going to say I'm suspicious. I'm going to say it's awfully strange that Kamala Harris would lose in state after state where the governors win and the Congress people win. But I don't know. I just don't want to go off into I make stuff up land.
Yeah. No, I agree. I would like some concrete proof, too. And I'm like, you know what? They keep talking about the framers were so brilliant. The framers were so brilliant when they put these three branches of government together in the Supreme Court. Well, the framers never saw a Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they never saw a Donald Trump, but they never did. And this is why we're here now. I do believe that we will be able to survive these next 4 years. We're going to have to do a lot of, we're going to have to reverse a lot of things that he puts in place. But I was reading the other day that Bill Clinton had cut a ton of federal jobs when he took office.
Yeah, but he did studies first. He didn't just take an axe and say, okay, Nuclear Regulatory Commission, okay, all the scientific research on cancer, bird flu, monkeypox and everything else. Well, we're not going to do that. He actually spent time studying it and then made cuts. I'm just saying. Comedian AlyciaCooper is my guest. 800-920-1580 is my number. We will continue after news, traffic, and sports only right here.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. The U.S. is refusing to co-sponsor a UN resolution backing Ukraine and objects to a G7 statement condemning Russian aggression, highlighting a growing rift since President Trump took office. The Senate is confirming Kash Patel as the next director of the FBI. The vote Thursday was 51-49. Senators Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins were the only Republicans who voted against Patel. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell announced on his 83rd birthday that he will not seek re-election next year. First elected in 1984, McConnell expressed gratitude for the trust voters placed in him. And Amazon surpassed Walmart in quarterly revenue for the first time, reporting nearly $188 billion in Q4 compared to Walmart's $180.5 billion. Walmart still leads in annual sales, but Amazon is closing the gap. Get BIN News on Demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
If you or someone you know is affected by the Los Angeles wildfires, you are not alone. No matter how sad, scared, or heartbroken you feel, CalHope is here for you and all those affected by the devastating wildfires. Find free, safe, and confidential mental health support at calhope.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
LeBron provided another example why many people consider him the GOAT, not Michael Jordan. LeBron dropped 40 points Thursday night in the Lakers' 110-102 win at Portland. LeBron is the only player in NBA history with multiple 40-point games after turning 40. Jordan did it once. This is the second time LeBron has reached this impressive milestone after his 40th birthday on December 30th. He had 42 against Golden State on February 6th. The most important stat in this remarkable achievement is that the Lakers are 2-0 when LeBron has 40 or more. LeBron needs to work on his ball handling. He had a career-high 11 turnovers last night. The Lakers are at Denver Saturday. The Clippers had a 13-point lead at Milwaukee with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter but couldn't hold it. They lost 116-110. Another good game for Kawhi Leonard, 25 points in 32 minutes. The Clippers are at Indiana Sunday. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons. tunes.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for progressive talk radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back indeed. AlyciaCooper, she's a comedian, a stand-up comic. She tours around the country. She's also a Directors Guild of America film director with projects in film festivals throughout the nation all of the time. And she's funny on Instagram. AlyciaCooper 2023. Is that the most recent one? You'll be changing up your Instagram.
No, they keep removing my pages for not being pro-Trump. So every time I turn around, I've lost another page. I lost a TikTok page. That page was rocking, too. They took that down because I wouldn't bend the knee. I lost my probably more than one Instagram page. I'm usually in jail somewhere. So it's terrible because they really monitor what we say. You respond to a right winger and you lose your page and they keep theirs. So I had to start another one.
Wow. Yeah, I know it's at least 3 Instagram pages because I keep following you on different accounts. I'm like, dang, this woman is popular. Yeah. She but I didn't realize it was because you were a rebel.
Yeah, I'm always in somebody's cyber jail.
Wow.
I'm going to need you to put some money on my books.
Free AlyciaCooper. Free AlyciaCooper. Well, I was watching your, let me not get the audio going. I like to watch your videos, the ones that get you put in jail, because you're really big on the FAFO movement. FAFO, Trump supporters, let's start with jobs, for example.
Yes. Yeah. Well, one girl, she sent me a message and she said they're like suppressing your stuff, saying they have to click something extra to read it. And it's not even a post that has anything controversial in it. Like they are really shadow banning my stuff. And I only find out when other people alert me. And I'm like, for that? I mean, it is the most bizarre thing ever. Like they really are in the tank for certain people. And Donald Trump is actually one of them. I've never seen anything like it.
It's funny because Joy Reid had a whole post about that where she was talking about, she was posting articles about how progressive accounts have just nosedived ever since, on Instagram, ever since Zuckerberg bent the knee. And I guess hers is among them. I always thought that shadow banning was sort of a myth until I did a show with one individual who has so many followers, but his posts just don't show up. And then I started to understand it. But, it is true that there are many Trump supporters now. And I, to be honest with you, I think it's just the beginning, AlyciaCooper, who are starting to have regrets. Because people are literally losing their jobs that didn't think they were going to be losing their jobs. I've seen a lot of articles where whether it be farmers or different people at government agencies are begging the president and Elon Musk to reverse things that they've done, even his supporters. What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, they're not going to reverse it. They don't care if you supported him or not. I don't understand why people didn't watch him the first 4 years to understand that it's all about him, his needs, and what'll help his family. He doesn't care. They said like 33% of the federal workforce are veterans. And veterans, they're losing their jobs left and right. There was one guy who was just on CNN talking about how he lost his job and he was under a probationary period, and they used something about his review as to why he's being fired. He said, I never had a review. So it doesn't matter what they say. Once they chop you, you have no recourse. And a lot of people are going to be chopped. But what kills me is the people who say, I voted for you. I voted for you. We are not supposed to get any more, any kind of a preference because you voted for him. He's supposed to be the president for all people. So it shouldn't matter who you voted for. You're on the chopping block, and you voted for him when we told you what the consequences were going to be. We told you eggs are not going to get any cheaper, and you refused to listen. So this is what you get. This is what you get when you aren't knowledgeable enough to be casting a vote, because the people that are surprised about what's happening are not knowledgeable enough to cast a vote. anybody knowledgeable is not surprised about what they're doing. We're disappointed that it's being allowed to happen, but we did all we could do when we went there. We voted. We voted to keep this from happening, and we didn't get enough support. So, yes, the FAFOs, I'm sorry, you're getting what you voted for.
You mentioned veterans. A lot of veterans didn't understand that veterans fall under DEI, veteran groups. The president has done an executive order to end diversity, equity, and inclusion, and there was an affinity group for veterans through the Veterans Affairs Department that has now been paused under that executive order. To your point, the people who are on probationary status were almost all laid off because they're saying it's because of poor work performance, but most of them have never had a review, and also they say it without evidence. So thousands and thousands losing jobs.
Yeah, and it's sad. It's sad. We are really going to see a bigger gap between the rich and the poor. The middle class is being decimated, and this is what we were trying to keep from happening.
Yeah, you don't seem sad. I saw one post of you saying, you not saying anything. It just the caption says something like "Watching Trump supporters get deported."
Yep, just watching it all happen because he told you what he was going to do. And, what am I supposed to do? I'm part of the 92%. So, and like I tell people all the time, I'm not going to be screaming and hollering on your behalf. As black women, we've done enough for too long. I'm spending the next 4 years hydrating and moisturizing and eating popcorn, watching the show. So I will catch y'all again in 2028.
So the 92%, of course, that refers to 92% of black women who voted against Trump and for Kamala Harris. And if you added up the black women that voted for other people, it'd probably be closer to 95, right?
Right.
So what does that mean to you? You just said eating popcorn. But some of these things are going to affect us. Like if he ends Social Security, it's our mamas, aunties, and grandmas that are going to potentially be homeless, because they decided that they needed to give tax cuts to the very rich and defund the older Americans.
Yeah, well, you know what? As black folks in America, we've always survived, and this is just going to be another thing that we survive. We've been everything. The worst has already been thrown at us, and we still managed to overcome. So I know that we're going to be just fine. Somebody made a point on something else. They said it didn't matter who the president was when Harriet Tubman was freeing the enslaved people. So it doesn't matter who the president is. We are going to, yes, it's going to be rough, but we're going to come out of this even better than before because we always do. As a people, we have survival instincts. And, it's terrible that we still have to be here all these years after the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act and, everything we fought for and our ancestors have fought for. We're still here, but we're still, as a people, we know how to survive.
So you're saying we'll moisturize, hydrate, and free the slaves at the same time?
Right. We're going to be all right.
You're right. We always have made it through, and I think it's important. I'm glad you said that because I think it's important, to not fall into despair. But I'm also wondering if we can afford to sit on our hands for 4 years or 8 years or 30 years. I have said that I think the Diet Coke and the hamburgers are going to preclude a third term for Trump. But they've already indicated that he might not step down. They're talking about running Donald Trump Jr. and possibly J.D. Vance after that. So this might not be 4 years. It could go on for a very long time.
But the people are going to have to rise up. And all the FAFOs shouldn't be voting for him again.
Yeah, well, hopefully you're right about that. We're talking with AlyciaCooper. there's Diddy news. We'll maybe touch on that. There's so much going on. It's hard to keep up. Also, you pointed out a story that I want to get your thoughts about. Donald Trump announcing he'll honor some black folks. All that is next on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I feel so alone.
I'm embarrassed to talk about it.
How can I help my kid if I can't help myself?
I can't remember when I wasn't stressed.
I don't like it inside.
When you feel overwhelmed by your thoughts and emotions, it's okay to get help. You are not alone. CalHope is here for you with free, safe, and confidential mental health resources for youth, young adults, families, and you. Find support now at calhope.org.
The first time I tried to quit vaping, I told myself that it was like a mountain that I had to climb over. And once I got to the other side, it would be clear. But I couldn't make it over. What really got me to quit was my little sister. I saw her vaping. So I was back in the mountain, but this time, she was up there with me. It's weird what you can do for others that you won't do for yourself.
Every attempt is part of your story to quit for good. Visit Kick It California today at kickitca.org.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. The Live Your Life organization mentors young women, helping them break negative mindsets and see beyond their surroundings. Through career exposure and hands-on training, they're encouraged to think big, stay focused, and make positive choices. Founded by Nikisha Mama Boo Smith, who transformed her life to become a community leader. Live Your Life is changing lives, but they need your help. They're raising funds to keep their new building open and expand their program. Your donations will support food, clothes, hygiene products, and holiday giveaways. Visit liveyourlife32.com. That's LIVEYOLIFE32.com to help today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Before we go any further with comedian and director, DGA director, AlyciaCooper. Alycia, tell us how to find you, your work, where you're performing. I definitely need a laugh. Next time you're in LA, I'm there.
Yeah, I'm performing this Saturday night at the Comedy Store on Sunset Boulevard at 7 p.m. in the main room. And I'm usually there on the weekends, usually on a Saturday in the main room. And you can find me on Instagram at AlyciaCooper, ALYCIA Cooper 2023, or Facebook AlyciaCooper fan page, or TikTok AlyciaCooper 2. So I'm around.
Yes, and I congratulate you. You are always working. You're always on the road. You make it happen. You're really an icon.
Thank you, Dominique, and so are you. I enjoy being on your show. It's a privilege. Thank you so much.
We're back together. We got the band back together. So President Trump, you shared this with me. I hadn't seen this, that he plans to feature more than 10 Black historical figures in his National Garden of American Heroes. He announced that yesterday at his Black History Month reception. He says they're picking the final sites, and it's going to be a garden that will feature incredible women like Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Billie Holiday, Aretha Franklin, and Coretta Scott King. If he did a background check on Aretha Franklin, I'm pretty sure he'd drop her from that list.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. And I love the list, but we need Fannie Lou Hamer added to that list.
Yeah, but when, that's what he says at the reception. But when it comes down to it, it's really going to be like Clarence Thomas, Herman Cain, Omarosa.
A diamond and silk.
Exactly. Amber Rose. Now, and apparently Jaguar Wright. AlyciaCooper, did you see that? I didn't realize she had become the new MAGA black girl.
I didn't know that. Somebody said something about Jaguar Wright was either invited to or maybe went to Mar-a-Lago.
She went to Mar-a-Lago and got an award, and I swear I thought it was fake news. I swear, like Miles said, I thought it was AI. She was honored with a Defender of Freedom Award presented by General Michael Flynn in recognition of her fearless dedication to truth and justice at Mar-a-Lago. Now, I thought that Trump was friends with Diddy.
I thought he was too.
And she does nothing but talk about Diddy and Jay-Z and others.
But who told Michael Flynn and Donald Trump about Jaguar Wright?
I do not know.
I got to find out the origin of this story because something bizarre is going on. But you know, Donald Trump, is anybody willing to support him? He doesn't care who you are, where you're from. You're all of a sudden getting invited to Mar-a-Lago.
I think that's right. And he's short on black folks right about now. She said in an interview, and I didn't see this, but this was in January. She said, God has spoken. For whatever reason, Trump is his guy. And guess what? They say God works in mysterious ways. I guess that means God wanted Trump.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, when people evoke God into stuff like this, what they're trying to do is they're trying to shut down the discussion because it's like, who can go against God? But I don't think God wants an adjudicated rapist in the White House. But that's just me. And
the Lord does work in mysterious ways. Maybe he was trying to let us know, contrast, right? It's time for y'all to do something. I mean, who knows? That's to me, that's like people who say, oh, the fires happen because Hollywood is bad. But fires happen all over the world every day, and hurricanes to Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah. Well, people can try to justify any old thing. But yeah, and about this Trump garden, who's going to pay for this? That's my question. Who's going to pay for this?
Well, I think it's a precursor to rumors I've heard that he's planning to put himself on Mount Rushmore. So maybe if he does a garden with all these other people, he can just justify putting his big mug on the mountain over there.
And I hope the next president comes along and chops it off.
Yeah, I don't know what it would take to get someone off Mount Rushmore once they've been put on there.
I'm gonna get some illegal immigrants to tag it.
Go and get some undocumented immigrants to chisel it out convert Trump's face into a Malcolm X face. Today being the 60th anniversary of his assassination. What happened overnight? He went from a red mess to a red afro.
I'll even take a Hitler mustache at this point.
You rather have Hitler on Mount Rushmore than Trump?
No, I'd rather them to take Trump's face and spray paint a Hitler mustache.
Oh, I see. Just decorate him. I gotcha. Yeah. Or better still, they could chisel it out and make it into an Elon Musk.
Holding a baby as a shield.
So you really think that baby is a human shield?
I sure do. And these diabolical people, you can completely see them doing it because their ego in their worlds, they're the only people who matter. Elon Musk has a ton of kids. One of his
13.
kids is a transgender lady.
Yeah.
And she took his name off of her. His surname is completely gone. She doesn't speak to him, can't stand him. She's all over Twitter or X or whatever you call it, letting him have
She's
it.
on Meta.
And,
she's on Meta. She won't go on Twitter.
She's on Meta?
Yeah, her name is Vivian
they
Wilson.
must be retweeting it on.
Yeah, they're probably retweeting it. Yeah, because she said, "F
Yeah.
him. I'm not going on his platform." So she's on Threads.
Okay, she's on Threads. Yes, you have a whole child who cannot stand you. And I just don't, I don't know why he needs 13, 14 kids. And he's the Nick Cannon of the Trump administration.
Did you see Nick Cannon tweeted about that? He said that now that Elon Musk has a 13th child, he's going to have to go back and get back to work.
Yeah, he'll find somebody willing to go back to work with him.
He's trying to compete with Elon Musk. Well, the thing is, this young woman, Ashley St. Clair, who is his baby mama for baby number 13, allegedly, is a conservative commentator. So, and she's 26, he's 53. I'm trying to figure out what's conservative about going, and having a baby out of wedlock with the richest man in the world.
Yeah, these people call themselves anything they want to call themselves these days, whatever pays them the most. Whatever pays them
but
the
if
most.
we
that
do
is
it,
not a conservative value.
I mean,
we do it. The adjectives never stop if we do it.
Right, like he has. Can you imagine any black person in America with 13 babies and numerous baby mamas being given the keys to the Treasury?
Oh no! First of all, they're not going to be called a genius.
Yeah, they'll be called a pimp.
To begin with.
Yeah.
Yes. The adjectives are going to completely change.
Oh, my. I can't believe we're almost out of time. But did you see where Donald Trump and Elon Musk are now saying they're going to check Fort Knox to see if the gold is still there? Can these people be that stupid? There is an annual audit, but they want to check. And Trump says, if that gold isn't there, we're going to be very upset.
These people love just creating drama where there is none. Everything about Donald Trump is theater. We have to remember he's a reality show producer.
Yeah.
Everything he does is the production of a reality show. It's always the finale episode with him. It's frustrating.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Everybody needs to remember that this man is in the WWE Hall of Fame. So he understands that kayfabe. He knows how to create a storyline like a WWE producer. That first so-called assassination attempt, when he went down and came back up and there was a little bit of blood on his ear, I said, did he just pop a blood pill, one of them blood
and had his fist in the air posing like he knew what was going to happen in advance.
And the wind goes back. Why would blood be forward towards your mouth? I said, it just felt like a WWE production. Somebody gave him a blood pack or something. I was suspicious from day one, minute one. And everything he does is a production. I'm so sick of this man. He thinks everything is an episode.
Yeah, and apparently it is. But, I hate to tease stuff and not deliver. So what I was talking about is one of his lawyers quit this guy, Anthony Rico, saying, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs. Of course, he goes to court May 5th, and he's facing up to 20 years. So that's not good news for him. We don't have time to jump into it, though, because it's time to pass the mic to Tavis Smiley with the best of Tavis Smiley. AlyciaCooper, I so appreciate you.
And I appreciate you, too, and have a good weekend, Dominique.
AlyciaCooper 2023, and of course, we're at KBLA 1580. Like my mama used to say, history is now, and we are making it together. Until next time, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. The U.S. is refusing to co-sponsor a UN resolution backing Ukraine and objects